Hey folks, welcome back to One Dot Daily. I'm Chris, and I want to open up the video again by saying thank you to you guys. Seems like I start the videos this way a lot. Maybe that's probably the right way to start a video, is by giving thanks. But I really am surprised anytime anybody actually watches these videos. But you guys have been. You've been commenting a little bit. Even got some subscribers, and that's what I'm here for, man. Just to talk to you guys a little bit, find people that are also into these pocket knives. So so far so good. Today we're going to be taking a look at a little Remington pocket knife, and it just needs a little bit of cleanup, a little bit of love, and minor repair, but it's a cool old knife, and so you guys come with me and take a look at it. We'll get into it now. All right, stick around. All right guys, here's the knife. Pretty clean. The bone is crack and chip free, from what I can see, and it's actually in pretty good shape. This blade's okay. I'm sure it's been shortened once before. It's a little bit short there, but they didn't do a bad job on it, so I'm not gonna like shape that blade at all. But as you can see, this blade here is it's broken, and it's sticking this pointy edge up above, so it needs something, it needs to be addressed. Now I'm a one blade guy, but this knife is so nice, and I mean the snap is so strong. This blade is centered here, and it's not heavy and it's not too thick. I think if it were one blade, it might be borderline a little thin. I mean, it's a smaller knife. It's sitting at 3 1/8, 3/16. So yeah, I'm gonna leave it two blades, and what I'm gonna do is I think right after this nail nick here, you can't see it until we clean it up, but there's enough room to kind of just make it a little sheep's foot, and it ought to dive under there perfectly so that that's not sitting up jagged like it is, ready to cut you and hurt you there. But this bone, we're just gonna sand and clean the bone. I'll put the blades, I'll put them on the fiber wheel a little bit. I finally got a fiber wheel, as opposed to try and make the process a little bit faster. So we'll see how that goes today. This is let's see, we've got maybe hard to see that tang stamp there, but it's a Remington UMC with the USA on the sides there. Got the Goins book here. You can see it is in bad shape, man, but this book is extremely hard to find, and I still paid I think almost $60 for a book that is literally duct taped together, but like I said, it's hard to find. I was looking earlier, and this is the tang stamp that we've got right here, Remington UMC with the USA and the made in on the side, 1924 to 1933. So I mean, this knife is at least 90 years old, and getting on 100, maybe even 100. So we're just gonna clean this guy up today. I'm gonna try and get down in those wells as much as I can, although they're pretty thin on this knife. But the Remington knives, it's just made so well. I mean, I don't want to, I like case knives a lot, but these feel different even than case knives of this period, and they're a little heavier made. They just feel more precise to me, and I don't know, that could be my imagination. But they always strike me as very, very well made knives. So we're gonna clean this up, and yeah, and we'll take a look at her and see how well I can do. All right. All right, guys, first thing I'm gonna do is get down in these wells, scrape a little bit out. Let's see what we can get in there. Got these cotton pads, catch stuff. Here we go. Lots of gunk. Actually not too bad. Oh, what is this? Oh, what is that? Wow, okay. I don't know what that is. Jeez. Ugh. It's 90 years of pocket lint. Even though we've got a terrible belt sander here. Now I want to see if I can make a good curve there. So I'm going to use the help of this little stencil. Hopefully it helps. Alright, it's not a perfect line, so I'm going to take it slow. Not the prettiest sheep foot, because I'm trying to save this nail nick, but we'll try it out. We'll see. Let's see. Guys, we kind of did it. We kind of did it. It's actually not bad at all. I'm pretty happy with that. I wish I could make a swedge. Do I dare try and make a swedge? No, probably not, but whatever. We're gonna try it anyway. Swedge was a dumb idea, but I'll stop while I'm ahead because that's a pretty usable blade there that is now has the nick and stays below the I can't get my finger in there because I got the glove on, but it stays below, so that's great. I'm very happy with that. All right, guys, we're gonna get to sanding. on this bone, shine it up, start up at 400. Alright guys, here's the knife, and it turned out just spectacular. I think I'm so happy with it. Look at that bone, man. It's just a knockout. I'm really happy with this knife. I mean, it just shined up so good, and like there's so much character, and this light just sucks. This doesn't, you'll see, I'll put some photos in with it, but you can see all that character really came out, and it's just like glass, the bone. Cleaned up this blade just a little bit, got a little better point on it. Didn't go too crazy with it. I don't like to sand on blades all that much, to tell you the truth. I don't mind some little bit of pitting there, you know, that was there, and I didn't do a great job, but I can do better. But I'm kind of in a hurry today and want to get this done for you guys. But man, really cleaned up nice. And then our little sheep foot here that I made, I mean, that looks all right. I tried to put a little swedge on it, and it's actually okay. I mean, that's hard to do just by like hand, I think. I don't know, maybe it's not, and I'm just not good at it, but I'm happy with the way that it turned out. This guy is a pattern. I don't know if you can see this. Put some oil here. This is a pattern 573, right? Is that picking up there? Can't quite pick it up. Anyway, it is. It's a pattern R573. My battery's about to die. I didn't plan this very well. What this book, the Goings Encyclopedia, just quickly says about Remington. Remington Arms Company executive offices were at 25 Broadway in New York City. The factory was in Bridgeport, Connecticut. Remington first began making edge weapons for the military in 1915, bayonets. Remington expanded their manufacturing capabilities for the war effort. They employed a highly skilled workforce and began exploring the possibility of manufacturing new products. These would have to be made using existing machinery. Also, these new products should have some relationship with the Remington's regular line of firearms. That's why I'm wondering if like some of the machining on these is so good, is because like machining for firearms has to be really good. Anyways, Remington soon decided that cutlery was a logical product since it fit into the sporting goods field. Cutlery could also be marketed through the same outlets as their firearms. In the fall of 1919, cutlery equipment was designed, models made, and the production of tools and dies began. Actual production of pocket knives began in 1920. At first, only a few patterns were made, but gradually the line was expanded until Remington made a complete line of pocket knives. Most of the workers in the Bridgeport plant had worked for Remington in their arms and ammunition factories. Many cutlers had worked in the Remington factories during World War I. When the cutlery operations were open, many of the cutlers wanted to return to their old trade. Locals in Bridgeport were hired and trained for the simple jobs. The more complicated work was performed by master cutlers. Automatic machinery was used in every operation possible. Much of this machinery, Remington people designed and built. The blades used in Remington knives were cut from steel sheets. The pieces were then forged, trimmed, and into the correct shape, drilled, and then heat treated. After the blades were hardened and tempered, each one was thrown against a block of steel. Blades which did not ring true were not tempered properly and were rejected. The blades were straightened by an automatic machine, then ground also automatically. After grinding, they were stamped with the Remington trademark. The blades were then glazed and crocus polished by hand. Remington knives with the bullet emblem are some of the most sought after knives ever made. In 1940, Remington sold their cutlery division to the Powell Blade Company and stopped making cutlery. In 1982, the Camillus Cutlery Company began making commemorative bullet knives for Remington. There are many imitations and so-called reproductions produced in Germany, which have been made since 1970. Some of these were authorized by Remington Arms and genuine reproductions, and others stamped as such on the back of the tang, and are stamped as such on the back of the tang. Very, very interesting history for Remington. This crocus polished by hand. I read something about that process in another book that I have, and maybe I'll share on it sometime. But it's a very, like, the way that they polished and ground those blades is very special, and I'm not sure if it's done today still or not. But maybe I'll get into that other book that I've got sometime, and we'll talk about it. But anyways, and I also have a Powell knife coming up soon. It's a real mess, so I don't know what we'll be able to do with it, but it's related to this guy. So anyways, guys, I hope that you saw something here you like. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I don't know, I'll catch you guys next time. Hope that you will like and subscribe to the channel. Okay, thanks again.